We have launched our Claim 5 strategy focusing on 5 areas. Firstly, it's boost brand. Then we have product is key, lead in digital, drive omni-channel, and organize for growth. This has really driven tremendous top-line growth in recent years. And along with that strategy, we have also created the vision of becoming the leading tech-driven fashion platform, which means we definitely have to increase transparency, use data for better decision-making along the entire end-to-end value chain. And that's why we have launched, initiated several digital transformation programs and projects, like enhancing our ERP program, like the planning suite and PLM, and so on. And that has driven recent success for Hugo Boss. For us, it's really important to drive that consensus amongst all planning dimensions. We really want to have one version of the truth when it comes to planning. And you will find a lot of companies where you have several versions of the truth and not focusing on the consensus. And we definitely want to drive that into a direction to use all the data that is out there to get a better plan to increase product availability and optimize our inventory position.
Currently, we are living in a very volatile market, and we need data and we need a decision-finding process which everybody can trust, everybody can build on. Definitely, we want to improve the planning accuracy in that part. Also, we want to speed up the process to get more data-orientated insights with AI and with algorithm. But also the one version of truth was Ivica was mentioning is super important for us, and for that we started a project before bringing the integrated business planning concept into the world. And now with your solution, I guess it's a very good tandem to bring that in life.
We looked at many solutions, right? And also from my professional past, I have to say I saw many solutions which are fantastic in one module, while not so great in the other. And I really think from a business point of view, to ramp up different solutions with different databases, with different UX, with even decoupled processes is a challenge, right? But from a technology point of view, even more, right? Because as an IT responsible, I have to make sure that they anytime integrate, they are real-time integrated, they have a fantastic UX, right, for the user, and they are stable, right? So that's why we pushed hard, right, to have a technology at hand which is seamless integrated. With O9, it's absolute, you couldn't be more integrated than having one database, one technology stack. So that's why I was very happy that we have chosen such a solution.
The most important part at the beginning is to explain everybody the why. When everybody understand the why, we need this, and it's not like a top-down approach here from the headquarters. We are serving for the markets, we are serving for the business units, and we want really to build up a solution that everybody will benefit from. And then you have that user experience, what you mentioned, and it must build from the core. It should be not a top-down approach. This is how we tackle it. We have now over 100 people cross-functional involved here, from supply, from business units, from the markets, but also from finance, for example. And I guess with this core, we have a very good mindset. And the people from the bottom are building that, and we just give some guidance, some framework, some guardrails. But with this top-down and bottom-up approach, I have a very good confidence to get this running.
I would say there are 3 ingredients to that. Number 1 is we need to start with the business value, with what we are doing, right? So if we are clear with our vision, with the value we're going to deliver with what we do for the business, it's the first ingredient where I would say it's really key to have that right. And then secondly, to communicate it constantly over and over again. It's not done with a launch event and just communicating it once. You have to bring that message across over and over again, and you really need to show also progress in delivering value to the business with what you're doing. And lastly, I would say, as you mentioned, it's the executive buy-in. And Eddie and I, as program sponsors, we are deeply involved into the program and are really fully committed to that. And it's also like not that we see that as an IT or business program or project. It's really a joint effort, and it goes beyond the two of us. It's the feeling we have created amongst all involved parties. And I would say that's key for success. And so far, I would say we are on a good track.
At Hugo Boss, we don't have a dedicated data organization which owns data, right? Nevertheless, we realized how important data is, right? And Twin is the biggest digitalization program of the company ever, and Planning Suite is a major component of it. That's why we decided that the program will make a major contribution in ramping up data knowledge, data governance, data ownership while the program progresses, right? It will be easier because the Planning Suite will integrate solely with our data platform, which we have today, right? So the Azure Data Lake and our BW system. So that's why one version of the tools for planning will be ensured by integrating via that data stack. However, data governance, data ownership, KPI, right, governance, this is something which we want to ramp up during the project. And with the cross-functional team, we are very confident that we will set a great base for data with the Planning Suite, but also with PLM and also the other projects into it.
The key of the structure, how we organize ourselves, is that we both parties, IT and business, mirror the function to each other, and we always run in a couple. We started with the TOM operating business model to define the processes. I guess this is very key at the beginning of a project to have this TOM phase at the beginning. And here both parties, IT, you and we as business, have been together, sitting together, defining the process. And so both parties get educated on the same time and get the same understanding how the processes should like, what the challenges are. And I guess this is easier than in the long running success, that everybody at the beginning have the same understanding and the same why and the same buy-in into the program.
Firstly, I would say right from the beginning, we felt like you're really value focused. And as I described, for us, it all started with a business impact, right? On improving how we do things, how we run our business, and creating value for the company. And we felt like you have the same approach, and this really nicely aligned with our approach of launching and executing projects and programs like that. Secondly, I would say O9 is really bringing together all planning capabilities on one platform, which again is really important for what we are trying to achieve here, but still has enough flexibility on adapting for company-specific needs. Lastly, I would say also throughout the entire process, we felt like it's a real partnership approach from O9. And we as Hugo Boss, we also consider all our partners, true partners in execution. And that's why I would say we felt like we have found the right partner with O9 from multiple dimensions.
In my professional life, I saw some planning solutions, right? A couple of your also competitors, and also a couple of which doesn't exist any longer, right? And I would say impressive from my point of view with O9 was, first of all, the fashion knowledge, right? So whenever we looked at, we saw our language, our processes. And from a technology point of view, right, I really asked my architects, go in, I want to know every detail of the technology. And that was an important driver, because the technology we saw is very modern, right? It's one technology stack end to end and across the entire modules. From an IT point of view, a simple implementation in terms of integration. I just have to integrate to O9, not between O9, right? So that's very, very important. And I also believe with the harmonized technology stack, I can later on build upon the great things to come. Talking about agentic AI, right? If I have one platform, it's actually much easier to implement than having cross platforms, even with agentic AI and all the promises it's making.
I have currently the feeling we're in a good spirit, in a good mood. The teams are starting the blueprinting phase. I would say the planning suite itself, it's a small monster what we are building, because the big bet what we are doing is to integrate all the demand streams, all the product streams and all the supply streams in one holistic solution. And for that, we have a very ambitious time frame what we want to achieve. And I guess now the theory is over. We are starting to produce something, and the first project, which hopefully go live in the next couple of months, brings the added value. And it's a good spirit. And also very important is that O9 and the business, we are working also on campus. It's not only off campus. It's also very important for the team building. We have a dedicated place where everybody is sitting there. And I guess this build trust, and I guess trust is always the foundation for such a program. And therefore, I'm really looking forward for the first results. And my motto is always keep rocking. And I guess the team is rocking currently, and therefore I'm happy on that. From a business side, we have 4 streams. We have the one stream is the integrated business planning, somehow the umbrella. So therefore, there is one dedicated stream owner for that stream. The same we have for demand. Demand is not only one pillar. In demand, you have wholesale, you have retail, you have outlet, you have replenishment, but still you have one spokesperson for that. And the same we have for the business units and for the supply organization. And so we have those streams. And more important, above, we have an end-to-end analyst. And this end-to-end analyst, I guess, from both sides, will ensure that we're not building silos. And also, we ask you, and you are here the challenger to us, that we are still in the standard processes, that we are not copy-pasting our process. I guess it's very important in the organization.
We are right now in the project mode, right? And we do whatever is required to deliver the project. And that is, of course, with project management, with architects, with integration engineers, with consultants, which capture the knowledge. At the same time, we're also building an internal center of excellence, right? Again, business and IT together, right? We still figure out, right, what do we centralize in one team? What do we decouple into the departments, business units, right? And market. This is something we look at. However, we have the vision of a virtual center of excellence, right, which would truly own the process and technology, right, in order to drive the change and the adoption of the tool. That's the most important thing, right? Without the tool landing in the business units and the market, we didn't achieve anything. That's why this COE will be tasked to drive the change and the adoption.